near mint condition, the home of collected editions.
That cover's so awesome.
Absolute format is the best way to own this store. Time to empty those wallets and fill those shelves. What's going on, all you mentees? Yes, this is the Uncanny Omar, and I am back here, believe it or not, behind all these boxes. But that's what we're going to be talking about today. My top 10 favorite manga box sets of all time. So join me. And welcome back, everybody. Now, this is ridiculous. Let me move a little bit of this so you can see. Yes, I'm here, I promise, and so are a bunch of box sets. Today, I'm going to be talking about my top 10 favorite manga box sets and why. Now, there are different reasons why I enjoy each of these different box sets, and it was really difficult because there's a lot of good ones out there, and this was an idea that was brought to my attention by you all, so thank you all so much for suggesting this, and you also want to see my top 10 most wanted manga box sets. Oh, you got that. I love making lists like that. But today, yes, we are going to be talking about the different types of box sets and why they are ranked amongst my favorite. Now, I would love to know what your top 10, top 5, your number 1 box set you own is, and leave those comments down below. So, let's go ahead and get started. And before we do, please don't forget to smash that like button. Can you see my thumb? It's actually there, I promise. I don't know why I still do this when we have a graphic down there somewhere. But anyway, yes, please smash that like button. Kicking off the list, and by the way, in no particular order, is the Claymore box set by Norihiro Yagi, published by Viz Comics. This collects all 27 volumes of this particular manga. And you're going to see different reasons as to why I like these box sets. This one here, I just love the fact that it's a vertical box set. I love that it can stand up on the shelf and completely stand out. And I know there are others, right? Like there's the Naruto box sets and the Bleach box sets, but not all of the Naruto are vertical. Some of them are horizontal. But I love this series. I remember when a friend pitched it to me as the Berserk for girls, and I was like, this isn't really Berserk for girls. It's just as brutal as Berserk. And I love the characters, but it does feature a female cast. So maybe that's why they pitched it that way to me. But it does end, unlike the anime, unfortunately, because the anime gets cut short. But this particular series does end up ending, and it wraps up. Now, whether you're satisfied with that ending or not, I'm not sure. But I love the design of the box. I love the characters in here. I love the artwork. And it's just exactly how I'm kicking off this list. Plus, the box set comes with that handle, you know, in case I'm carrying it on a trip. I'm not really sure what purpose the handle has, other than making it easier when we were moving to just move it around. It's not the only box set you're going to see through here that has a handle, though. But that is how I am kicking off this particular list of my favorite manga box sets, and that is Claymore. Next up is Magic Knight Rayearth by Clamp and published by Kodansha Classics, or the Kodansha Comics line, Kodansha Manga. This has been previously published here in America before by the folks at Tokyo Pop. It was actually their Mix Sign magazine that got me hooked on the manga because I was always a fan of the anime. And then eventually Dark Horse published them in omnibus format, which are the smaller tankobon, but like almost like a 3-in-1. And then Kodansha decided to publish them in this oversized hardcover, beautiful, and I mean absolutely beautiful format. It's the 25th anniversary edition of Magic Knight Rayearth. I'm sure they'll come out with a 30th anniversary, but it was the way that it was published in Japan. In the box set format, the books themselves all have art on board, and they have that gold foil all over it, not just the boxes themselves. So this is Series 1, and it is split up into 2 different series. And Series 2 is also collected in this oversized format. Now, I've done a video on my channel with a comparison between this and a little bit of the omnibus formats that Dark Horse did. So there are a slight bit of differences, but I love the oversized artwork. I love this era of Clamp when they were doing this kind of art style, and they were doing X for Viz. By the way, I really wish they would do an X box set. I really wish they would finish out X, but Magic Knight Rayearth has a special place in my heart. I'll never forget the first time watching the anime opening at a convention. I want to say it was like 1996. Had to have been late 95, early 96 at a convention. I saw the opening of the first season, and I was like, what is this? And then there was a Sega Saturn game, and that I ended up getting. And then eventually we did get the anime here in America, localized by, I think it was Media Blasters that did it. But definitely on my list. It is a beautiful, beautiful box set in an oversized format. Toilet Bound Hanako-kun by Aidaloro, published by Yen Press. Yes, I am a sucker for these gimmicky type of box sets. I don't care. Like, I think they're unique and they stand out, and this one is shaped like a bathroom stall, which is, of course, where the character appears. And this is one of those series that I was introduced to because my buddy TikTok Tina absolutely loves this manga, and when she found out that Yen Press was doing a box set and it was shaped like a bathroom stall, she had to get it. It's really funny, and I love the artwork in here by the mangaka. And I think Yen Press did an amazing job of creating this box set and making it look like a bathroom stall. That goes a long way for me. It doesn't necessarily have to be a gimmicky thing for me to have it on this list. But for this one, with the magnetic strip that helps close it, and then the first 10 tankobons in here, I don't know, it's just something special about it. I really dig it, and I love the way that it just looks on the shelf. Definitely stands out, and maybe that's why it made it on the list. But yes, if you haven't read it, this is a little bit cheaper than getting the individual tankobons. Now, there is no word yet, but I'm sure it's coming, of a volume 2 of this box set. But this is the first stall. It is called the Toilet Bound Hanako-kun first stall. So hopefully we'll get a second stall. Not solicited yet, but I hope it does come. Revolutionary Girl Utena by Chiho Saito and B Papas or Be Papas, and published by Viz Comics. This is part of their Shoujo Beat line, and published in this two volume deluxe hardcover box set. Now, this isn't the first time somebody published it in America, but it is the first time we had it complete in a beautiful edition, and the hardcovers are just wonderful. I'll be honest with this one, I wasn't a fan of the manga first until I watched the anime, and then I watched the anime a few years ago with my wife. Having finished it, I used to have it on VHS, and then I ended up finishing the rest in DVD format, but I went back to read this, and I fell in love with it. And I wanted to get it in a nicer format, so when Viz announced that they were doing this as part of their Shoujo Beat, and Shoujo Beat was, of course, the girl line of manga, even though I think it's bought equally by both men and women. I don't know why they still separate these things, but hey, I don't make the rules. But it is a wonderful box set. I love the design of the rose and everything there. If you've watched the show or if you've read the book, you know how important the design of the box is. So absolutely belongs on the list, and because of the beautiful artwork in oversized format, absolutely had to have it on the list. Akira by Katsuhiro Otomo, published by Kodansha. This box set got so many people to buy this manga. Like, people that didn't even read manga were buying this box set because they knew of Akira, whether they watched the anime or not. They watched videos online, like Near Mint Conditions video of opening up the box set, and they were curious about it. And of course, I remember seeing the comments like, this is my first manga, thank you so much for doing that box opening, because I bought it when I saw the artwork. This is in the traditional right to left format. As a matter of fact, every one of the books you're going to see on the list are in the traditional right to left format. And I mean, even in America these days, there's only just a couple of books that are mirrored, like Blade of the Immortal, for example, but that they don't have a box set of that. It's just in deluxe hardcover edition. But these are in deluxe hardcover edition. The sound effects are in the Japanese language. So Otomo actually drew those out when he was creating the manga, and it is all in one. It's all finished in this particular box set, and I just love the design. The design of the box set is amazing. Just the way it opens up. It's not your usual box set when it comes to these. They could have gone the route of what they did with Magic Knight Ray Earth and just put in 6 books in there into a box, but they decided to be a little more creative with this box set. And it moved numbers, and it sold out, and it comes back to print from time to time. So in case you missed out on this particular box set, keep an eye on it. Put it in your shopping cart. If you shop at like cheapgraphicnovels.com, you can put it on your wish list, and they'll notify you when it comes back to print. But I think as of this video, this particular box set is in print. And man, it's completely worth it. If you've never read Akira, you can go into it completely blind. If you've only watched the movie, this expands on the movie, because when Otomo did that movie, he was not done working on the manga. And that's not the only box set that I'm going to be talking about, that particular scenario of somebody working on a manga and then stopping to work on a movie. So yeah, Akira, definitely on this list. It's one of my favorite box sets across the board, not just manga. Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind by Hayao Miyazaki, published by Viz Comics, and this is an amazing box set. I said that I was going to be talking about another manga in box set format, that the creator stopped the manga, put it on pause to work on the movie with people like Hideo Anno, and come back to the manga and finish it out. So if you're a fan of Studio Ghibli, if you're a fan of the Ghibli films, if you're a fan of the Nausicaa movie, I know it predates Studio Ghibli, but anyway, go get this, because this further explores this world that he built, and you get to find out what happens to a lot of the characters. And I'm just gonna tell you, not all of them have a happy ending. It's, I mean, when else are you gonna see Hayao Miyazaki draw sequential art? Oh, it's a beautiful addition to anybody's library, even if you're not a fan of manga. And it's got all the little extra bells and whistles in oversized format, and the books themselves are in hardcover and split up into 2 books. I know when it was released originally here, you know, it came out in single issues. It had a beautiful like Mobius poster. That's the only thing that is missing from here, like the extras like that you would get when Viz was releasing them in English format for the first time. But those were mirrored too. This, like I mentioned, like the rest of the books in the box sets I'm talking about today, isn't done in the traditional right to left format. And if you haven't read this, oh my gosh, and you're a fan of any of the Ghibli films, do yourself a favor and check this out. I know it's not in the beautiful colors, it's in the black and white, but it is the source material that the anime or the movie is based on. And I wish they would continue the movies, because I think it would make an amazing trilogy of movies. But this is where you want to go if you've watched the movie and you loved it. This is where you get more. It's kind of like Dune and Akira, right? Like Dune gives you like the movie in the 80s, and I guess in the new movies gives you a glimpse as to what the books are like. Same thing here. Battle Angel Alita, the deluxe edition box set by Yukito Kishiro. And in this box set, you have the original series. This does not collect the Mars Chronicles nor the Last Battle stories. This is just the original books. And it comes with a poster, and they're in these deluxe hardcover formats that were originally published in deluxe hardcover format for Kodansha. This, of course, was originally published in English by Viz, but later on, they stayed true to the translations at Kodansha and gave us this. Now, this was a series I first collected in single issues when Viz was making them, and I absolutely fell in love with the character of Alita. I love the OVAs. I love all the freaking supporting cast. And what's really cool about this box set and the hardcover here is that it gives you the alternative ending. So when Kishiro got sick, he didn't think he was going to finish Battle Angel Alita the way he wanted it to. And he gave you kind of a quick ending. Well, he gives you both endings here. So when he came back to the book, he gave you the ending that he really wanted to give you, that kind of leads into the Battle Angel Alita Last Battle, the next story arc that happens after this. So I think it's really cool that they decided to do this. And I would love to see them do more of these box sets. I love the character, I love the world, and I love his artwork. And if you've watched the OVA and you wanted to continue the stories, this is where you come. Much like the Nausicaa and Akira, of course, you know, a lot of this anime is based on the manga and as the source material. So, of course, I'm recommending this. Yes, it is essential to every manga collector. You should have this beautiful box set. The Legend of Zelda, the Legendary Edition box set by Akira Himekawa, published by Viz Comics. I was so excited when they announced this for two reasons. Number one, it's a gimmicky box set. How could you not want to get this if you play the video games? Even if you haven't read any manga, this looks like a cool addition to your video game cave. And because they decided to make the legendary editions of Zelda, which were oversized, bigger than the Tankobons when they originally came out, because there is a box set of the smaller Tankobons, they made them bigger and in hardcover format. As a matter of fact, this is the only way to get the series in hardcover format. Now, there is a follow-up series that is continuing, the Twilight Princess, and I would love to see that collected into hardcover formats and in a gimmicky box set like this. The only negative thing I can say about this, as well as other YouTubers, if you've watched the opening of this, is that unfortunately, the box set was supposed to have the opening of the chest sound effect. Yes, that one. But the battery did not work on like 90% of these. So some people got the sound effect, other people's didn't. Mine didn't work. It's never worked. Now, I've seen where people have made videos of you replacing the battery yourselves. The sound effect is cool, but how many times am I going to really show it off and be like, listen to this? A lot. I'm really proud of this box. I think it's cool. So maybe I should replace it. I don't know if I want to take a gamble. And I'm sure later editions came fixed, but if you know for sure, please leave those comments down below if you got a later edition or a later printing of this box set, if they actually came fixed. But I love the design, and I wish more publishers were doing like gimmicky box sets like this. I think they stand out and they look great on your shelf. Dragon Ball Z, the complete box set by Akira Toriyama and published by Viz Comics. How could I not include this? This, to me, is my favorite way to collect Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball, and that almost made the list. I'm not going to lie, this list was hard. I almost had One Piece in here. I had other manga that I was like, oh, this is such a good series. But it's not just about how much I love the series, but also how much I like the design. And I hinted that this one also has a handle so you can carry it. This one definitely looks like a suitcase. But I've always loved the designs of the Tankobon in this and in Dragon Ball, where the spines have a connecting image. That's so awesome. And then to have it all in one place, plus all the extra goodies, and this amazingly designed box set. Now, this one goes in and out of print all the time, so make sure, you're keeping an eye out. I would not pay over whatever retail price is for this. And of course, when we lost Akira Toriyama, these box sets went up because that's what happens, right? People take advantage of somebody's death and they're like, oh, I can sell this for a lot of money now that it's out of print. But Viz has done a really good job of reprinting this, and this tells the Dragon Ball Z saga. Now, in America, that was split up into two different sagas. You have Dragon Ball and you have Dragon Ball Z. I know in Japan, it was basically one long saga, so the Tankobon continued. But this has the 26-volume Dragon Ball Z box set. No word yet of a Dragon Ball Super. I know that it's not drawn by Akira Toriyama, but he is the inspiration, of course. And not just that, but also he helped plot it and stuff. But no word yet if that will be collected. As a matter of fact, I think as of this video, that is on hiatus. But this is one of my favorites. So it's a mix of both. I love the design and I love the manga, so I had to add it on the list. And if you've never read it, I think this is the best way to do it. This is how you get the most bang for your buck. There are 3-in-1 editions, which are cheaper, but the paper stock is not the best in those. The Viz Big editions are nice because they're oversized format. But I think they're missing that charm of the connecting spines. I love the connecting spines. I think there's something beautiful about that. And especially when you're talking about the world of Dragon Ball Z. So, yes, 100% on the list. Last but certainly not least is the Pandora box, the limited edition Pandora Hearts box collection by Jun Michizuki. Last but certainly not least is the Pandora box. This is the limited edition Pandora Hearts box set by Jun Michizuki, published by Yen Press. And when I say limited edition, it was limited, but from time to time, Yen Press does release a small or re-release a small printing of this. This is a beautiful, like, one-of-a-kind box set. It is crazy. And when it went out of print, I remember missing out on it because I'm like, I like Pandora Hearts, but do I really want to collect it this way? I don't know if I like it. And it was still during the time when I was being picky about my box sets, and I always thought it was beautiful. I just think the price range scared me because it is really a heavy box. It's like a crate, like a wooden crate with these metal handles on it. It's too beautiful to be a box set for manga, but it works. The books themselves, the only thing I wish is that they would have done them in a hardcover format, but they are in softcover, oversized editions. It's like a 2-in-1. And they are absolutely beautiful. I mean, when you open up the crate, the design of the box itself is absolutely stunning. And I mean stunning. And the 12 volumes that are in here, just it closes so nice. It looks like you just need like a little lock in there with a key. I can't speak highly enough of this box set. Like, I can't believe they put manga in here. It just looks so beautiful that it's too good. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's too good to just hold manga. And I wish more and more publishers would take note. You know, people paying the... Like, I think there was always a gamble when releasing something like this. Do people want to pay a high-end price to have something a little bit nicer like this? Like I said, I know it would have cost a little bit more money, but I wish they had done the actual volumes in a hard cover format instead of soft cover. But yeah, actually, one of my viewers, one of you all said, Omar, I know you've been looking for that Pandora box. Believe it or not, they're doing a small print run of it. And I went right to the Yen Press website and I ordered it. And sure enough, yeah, I think it was limited that time again. So, limited, they probably mean like limited print runs. So I'm not really sure exactly how many box sets they printed, but I think they do them in small batches, so make sure you keep an eye out. Now, if you're interested in the box sets that I talked about and they're still in print, check out our sponsors.
If you're in Europe and you're interested in buying these books, definitely check out Walt's Comic Shop in Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices, flat shipping rate of €12 for all EU countries, emails answered within 24 hours, waltscomicshop.com, and you can use the code Near Mint Condition at checkout and get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order over €40. That's Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ding!
CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget, the CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your order confirmation email, reply back to that email and let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And that was my list of the top 10 best manga box sets. Again, I would love to know what your list looks like. Leave those comments down below. Smash that like button. And if you have any other suggestions, like my top 10 most wanted manga in hardcover format, or my top 10 most wanted manga box sets, by all means, leave those comments down below. But that's it, everybody. Stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.